We got our selfie.
We were, I guess we were doing a selfie.
You're learning new words now.
Hashtag.
What are you going to hashtag
What's
it now?
our hashtag?
What's our hashtag?
Hashtag, no more Twitter.
No more Twitter.
Hashtag Twitter's next to die. Does that fit in?
Okay.
We killed off Facebook. We got Facebook killed off in our first discussion. So, or at least we planted the seed for it to die.
Well, I think
What's next?
I think it should be hashtag progressive soup.
All right, hashtag
Progressive soup.
Okay. But if you hashtag it, you're not going to find it. So whatever. So that's it.
No, okay. If you hashtag it on Instagram or Twitter,
Yeah.
I'll post our selfie.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
And I must say, David, that when we posted our show, Progressive Soup Shows on YouTube, I had friends in Europe commenting on, like, how well done my shows were. So I'm an international
We had
star.
Dr. From Denver Hospital, Dr.
Spyro Smith.
Spyro Smith, yep.
Yeah.
And,
Dan Malloy.
Dan Malloy. We had
Yeah.
Governor Dan Malloy.
Yeah.
And he has promised to rejoin us.
Yeah.
Now that he's a big hotshot governor, he still can join us. Not just a candidate anymore.
Wow.
But so Lorenzo's going to explain to the rest of us. Let's look at the tablecloth.
Right.
That's them with a tablecloth.
Okay. Recently, on a console that I recently got made by Nintendo, they created this big social media thing called Miiverse. Now, in the newest Nintendo consoles, a Mii is you. You make yourself,
like an
you
avatar.
design your face, you can stretch your face or something like that, and you just design yourself however you care. And then Miiverse is this big thing when you can go to global. You go into committees and you can talk about anything you want, but the main thing is you're talking about a game that recently came out. Everyone is just talking, chatting, and about what they thought of the game and
you can actually
stuff
see
like
all
that.
of their little bodies, like their computer people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All
And
on
So
the
you're
screen.
creating your own avatar?
Yeah, and then you can send messages to them, ask them if they want to be friends with you, and then also not only that, but you can also do FaceTime with them if you with anyone you meet in Miiverse, because the console comes with a gamepad that it's kind of like an iPad, sort of has that big screen, and people do Skype on some of the Macs and iPads, and it's that's
Skype.
So that's where you phone somebody using your computer.
Yeah.
And they can see you.
I would do in Italy. I'd talk to my family for free. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can also you can even play games with
a
them
webcam.
also.
Yeah.
You can play games with people in other countries, and you actually know where they are when you're playing them.
Yeah, but it's optional. You don't have to say where you live if you don't want to.
But you need parental permissions for that, right?
Well, yeah,
Because that could be abused.
Probably, like all the other things that you need parental permission for, and you sort of sneak around those parental permissions. We've all been kids. We all know that there are rules and there are guidelines, and the definition of rules is guidelines.
What about Club Penguin, though? When you were
Club
little, you got in
Penguin.
trouble for using, I don't know.
Club Penguin?
It's
okay.
Social media.
This is a hilarious type of social media. Basically, it's global. Everyone is a penguin. You can dress yourself up, you buy stuff and then you dress yourself up, and you can make yourself look completely ridiculous. And you can type in texts while you're walking around and
control what you say.
or you can use optional kind of a list of what you want to say, but I prefer the type in stuff. But
Actually, Disney owns that, doesn't it? It's a Disney.
Disney owns everything. Let's just say, yeah. And you can click on them. You can report them if they're being mean or something like that. And also, you can be friends with them, and then you can visit their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Virtually, yeah.
Interesting.
And me and my sister were like, we were always using it a lot when we were kids. Sometimes when we could like use two computers, we'd go to a certain part of Club Penguin, like the island, and then we'd meet each other and we'd be like, oh my god, you know, because
so you create a virtual island.
Yeah.
And you design yourself as virtual penguins.
Well,
you know, that's good in the sense that it gives you an opportunity to step outside of yourself and be someone not exactly yourself, and step back in and kind of get to know people that you know really well, like family members. You get to know them in kind of a different situation.
Interesting.
Like a mask.
It's sort of like what's the movie? What About Bob?
What about
with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Where the talk to the hand.
Oh.
The psychologist.
Right, Richard Dreyfuss.
Says, when he's communicating with his kids, and his kids, of course, are obviously just as annoyed as any kid would be to an overbearing parent. and he's always, talk to the hand. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
You got something bad to say. Say it to the hand. And of course,
removal.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of the show Seinfeld, which you may or may not have ever.
Seinfeld.
I think you're gonna have to get into that.
Yeah.
It's kind of funky in that the four principal characters are New Yorkers, and they're all very self-centered. They're all very self-centered, but they know each other and they get along well because they're all self-centered. And they're lovable in the sense that you can look at them and you can kind of see things about yourself in them. You can see some of their foibles, some of their weaknesses.
Right,
and you
right.
say, well, yeah, I'm like that sometimes. Yeah. But Kramer, one of the four characters, with a big
crazy hair,
big tall white guy with a big frizzy afro.
Yeah.
There's an episode involving a pirate shirt where he's got a friend that wants Jerry's going to go on, I don't know, it was either Johnny Carson or David Letterman. They're going on some show. And Kramer talks him into wearing this pirate shirt, this big poofy.
Oh, like a peasant shirt, kind of, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And Jerry's line is, but I don't want to be a pirate. And likewise, I would say, I don't know if I want to be a penguin. But penguins, but I think that's an interesting idea. To step outside yourself and take on an identity. It's sort of like wearing a mask in real life.
Yeah.
And the person you're talking to doesn't know it's you. You don't know it's them. And you get into a conversation, and you might be more open with somebody that's anonymous, that you don't know who they are.
Like meeting in a chat room.
Yeah.
Meeting in a chat room.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
And then anonymity can be a good thing in that it allows you to open up. Or it could be a bad thing because it allows you to open up. And then you say some things like you see anonymous comments on blogs that are pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Because people can say things because nobody knows who they are.
Ooh, and now that he has all these, thousands and hundreds of thousands of views on his little movie, he gets a lot of.
But that's such a common thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just some people
delete. They have nothing
you can
better
remove
to do.
comments, and I do that sometimes. But just I don't know. Yeah, it's just a very common thing on YouTube. And I heard that YouTube kind of wanted to cut down on that or something like that. I don't.
Would you report the user maybe?
Yeah, but
you could do that on Facebook. I think,
Yeah, but I think I just
This doesn't bother him.
I just delete the comment if I want to. I don't let
rather
it.
than getting upset at the person because they're not. They're not being. They probably wouldn't say something like that if you knew who they were.
Yeah.
So people
because it's all over the internet. It's just
people could be pretty gross and disgusting when there's nothing to rein them in.
Exactly.
Nothing to force them to identify who they are, saying those things.
Yeah, like yellow journalism. Isn't there a term for it? My dad used to call
yellow
that.
journalism goes back to the days of newspapers, back when there actually were, I guess there's still sort of our newspapers a little bit, But yellow journalism was when people would write editorials that they really twisted the facts on. And you see a lot of that today too. I mean, there'll always be people that want to make up stuff about somebody that they don't like,
Right.
and put it out there and try to put the person on the defensive, having to defend themselves.
Right.
That's what I think I'm always experiencing at the checkout counter.
Yeah.
As I'm loading my groceries, I'm like, that can't be true.
Oh.
Why do I need
Oh,
to
the
know?
National Enquirer.
But do they have to put their name? Do they have to put their name? I think that's my okay, I was going to say.
Unless they have a fake name.
All right.
Unless they have a pseudonym.
Like on the Bethel Patch, you always see people writing these comments, and then but it's not their name. It's like Jane Smith,
Yeah. Voodoo Hoodoo or whatever. They have these blog post names. That or in my case, Basil Buddha Cat.
You know what a handle is?
Voodoo cat?
Oh, what is a
That's
handle?
the other TV show. Basil Buddha Cat.
Oh.
Basil Buddha Cat presents.
We're gonna have to get a TV.
Exclamation point.
So what's a handle?
Do you know what a handle is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
It
know
goes
what a
back to
handle.
the days of truck drivers who would have the CB, the Citizens Band radios.
Okay.
So they could talk to people while they're driving to alleviate the boredom of driving for hours on end.
Hours.
And they'd use stuff like, hey, good buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
while
something
they're
like that.
driving.
Yeah. And their handle would be, hey, good buddy, this is whatever would be their handle, whatever they choose as their handle.
So now
So there's
it has
that
a
level of
little A in
anonymity
front of
again.
it. If you put the little A in front of it, it's your handle.
Yeah.
So you can
Oh, the ampersand, yeah, at, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Instagram and Tumblr? I don't think we talked about
just
Tumblr.
never.
I don't really know. I know some people just use Tumblr and some people use
I know.
Instagram. What?
Instagram's just photos or videos that are like 15 seconds or less.
Yeah.
But Tumblr, you can put. I mean, it scrolls photos, but you can put your blog posts on there. I can't post a blog post on Instagram.
So it's a little bit wider, but it's multimedia
almost like a
compared.
blog. It's
so
a
it's
mini-
multimedia compared to
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Where
post
Instagram is just
anything.
the visual of the photos. Of course, a photo is worth 1,000 words in and of itself.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Instagram, it's
Yeah.
cool to go to a person and look at just there's like tiles.
Yeah.
See like everything at once. Because you get a tone, like, oh, this is a beach life, or oh, these are nature photos. Or
Right.
you can even watch the seasons kind of that person. I mean, it sounds kind of stalky, but it's not. If
so morally arranged in genres or something like.
Well, that each person is a world. So, like in Instagram, you're seeing their visual universe as they put it out there. Mine keeps changing. I'm like, as they brand themselves. We're all brand, right?
Yeah. Vine? What's Vine?
Vine, actually, my sister introduced me to that. It's a lot of people just make hilarious videos with it. It's a video. It's not more than 15 seconds long, but it's but usually they're shorter than 15 seconds. But after the video is done, they instantly go back to the beginning and just do it again. And sometimes they get creative with that. Like, I don't know, like a person is holding a picture of a museum, and it's a picture of them, like, holding a picture in front of the museum. It's kind of confusing, but you zoom into it, and it just keeps going and keep going and keep...
So
and it's like a loop.
It's become an art form where you take those constrictions and do really crazy things with it.
So you take a quick little video and loop it back around.
Yeah, that's
like
kind
around
of
where one person starts in.
Where it ends, it starts.
Row your boat, and the other person comes in at.
Like a round.
Because you're layering
Yeah,
at different
they overlap
points.
a little bit.
But on Vine, it would just be the one movie. But as soon as it ends, it just rolls again to the beginning.
Oh.
That's not always important.
It's probably a good idea, because a lot of times when you're watching, even something that's 15 seconds long, you could not see the entire thing, because your eyes always,
Even
your eyes
movies,
are constantly
every time you watch it.
Yeah, something different.
Some people, I've hardly used Divine, but personally, I saw some comical guy who he does a lot of things with people in the street.
Yeah.
He kind of plans them, but they don't know. And you can just watch all his vines, and he's getting all these interactions with people on the city streets, and he's made such an art form out of it.
Does he have like brown hair and a brown beard? I know a guy who does something like that. His name is like Nicholas or something. His videos are hilarious.
They're really funny.
Yeah.
Like you work with half an hour.
Yeah.
Some people work with 15 seconds. And that's why we're distracted.
It's all
Right.
It's all just a variation on a theme.
Right.
Sometimes you can say in 15 seconds what you need to say.
Right.
Sometimes you need hours.
I don't think it can get any shorter than 15 seconds. I think they cut things down about as small as they can get. 140 words, characters, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, now they're saying, what about like the topic of social media in schools now with cyberbullying? I don't know. This has become like an issue.
Well, at the root, there's always been bullying. There's always been kids trying to overpower verbally or physically or psychologically overpower other kids. And you have this pecking order in schools, and we all go through this. Every one of us has sometimes probably been bullied in one way or another.
Here's my thought.
But this is just a different way to do the same thing, and you probably need the same approach to combat it. You need to have the adults in the school aware of it, and have an interaction between the bully and the bullied person, and work through it.
Really extends the school day.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking, wow, 3 o'clock, you get on the bus, you go home.
Right.
Okay, maybe you get beat up on the way. But then maybe you can lock your door when you get home. But now you lock your door, you're home, and then people are still.
Yeah.
I remember when the yearbook would come out at the end of the year, and you'd be like, oh, here's the big moment, who's important, who's not. Now it's every day.
Yes.
It's like getting a yearbook every day.
Oh, great.
Oh, look, she's cute. She has 5 boyfriends, and I get to watch it for 4 hours. It's really taking it to another level. But
again, like you said about anything else, there's opportunities to use it as a teaching tool to understand people at a if not a higher level, certainly a different level, and there could be some value in it. There's always the opportunity. Chinese kanji for crisis is the same as the kanji for opportunity.
Oh yeah, because crisis is always a new birth.
In every crisis.
Interesting.
What's the
maybe the pictogram.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a word.
Or maybe it's Japanese. I don't know.
Wait, for rebirth, it's the same as what?
Those lines.
Crisis and opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Because in every crisis, there's an opportunity to overcome that crisis.
Absolutely, that's a great
Make
one.
lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
Well, as a single mother, or even as a mother or a stay-at-home mom, you're no longer isolated the way you may have once been, maybe physically, but with the internet, or as a bullied teen, you could just be like, people are driving me nuts.
Right.
Google that. You can get all kinds of support.
That's true, because you can always find somebody
that's
going through the same thing that you're going through, and you can lean on each other for support.
Right.
And
the bullied people of the schoolyard, the bullied people of the world can find friendship.
Yep.
Right.
And overcome and succeed as a team where they can't individually.
These are the things I love about social media. I just love that.
Well, see, there you go. I mean, a lot of times you'll hear the bad side of something, the bad side of anything, but there's always a good side of it. There's always something that you can, some way you can make use of a bad situation to grow and expand your horizons and know yourself better, to know others better, and
a homebound mom. When I think, my experience as a mother, I think homebound moms. If anyone can get isolated, as a woman with small children can get very isolated. They don't have their family around, which I have, but I just stop and think.
Right.
And that what social media can do for their lives and business, they could work from home and be with their children.
So what it could do, and what apparently it has done for a lot of grandparents and great-grandparents, is that they they have the opportunity to, my kids and my grandkids they have their own lives. They're busy. They don't have time for me.
You always hear that.
It allows grandparents and even great grandparents to have that interaction.
Skyping and stuff.
They can figure out how to, my son, my daughter, my grandson, my granddaughter, my niece, my nephew, have a few minutes here and there. If I reach out to them, they'll reach back and make my day.
More channels of communication than there were.
No,
of course, we used to probably live in the same house, and now could live in different countries, but you have more channels of free communication.
No, it's true. Living abroad, I would talk to my family with Skype, whereas when our dad was living abroad, he'd maybe talk to his family once in 5 years, like every time a child is born, and called with a payphone because it was too expensive, or people wrote letters back then,
And what makes a letter so special? I mean, isn't a visual communication special too?
And the physical piece.
Yeah.
Earthy person.
People
not
hold
as
on to
common.
letters. Yeah.
Not anymore,
I know.
right?
No.
Not anymore.
That's the big thing you hear. Well, I don't know if you hear so much anymore. Could you just write a letter? But it's just paper and ink on it, and it has its place.
Yeah.
But there are things which have not overtaken it and taken its place. There are things that have augmented it and made new ways of communicating.
So now you get a letter, you snap a picture of it,
right.
file it into your desktop.
Let me email you my letter.
Throw it out.
Oh my God, it's an email.
I know.
I wrote you a letter, I took a picture of
No, I know.
it. Or I took the love letter you gave me and posted it on Facebook.
No,
and
it's
now everyone else has seen it.
Like I had a friend I went on a trip to Italy with, and she made a scrapbook. And scrapbooking's like this art form. And I had a friend, can she post it on Facebook? I'm like, I don't know if you can post a scrapbook on Facebook, but I guess if you take pictures, anything you can put on social media now,
Scan it and email it or figure out, there's probably 100 different ways of turning it into, turning something that's physical into something that's digital.
Scanning.
I teach a class now. I got my first online class I'm teaching. I have one student who's in Australia. She's Russian. She's in Australia. I have two in Lusaka, Zambia, in South Africa.
Excellent.
I have one in, now I'm blanking out. They're all over. I have Canada. I have New Jersey, New York. Do I have any other
faraway countries of New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, okay, well.
Distant lands.
No, what was it? Australia, Canada, Zambia. Maybe
actually now
so
those other places are
Chile.
close.
I have one in Chile. Yeah.
It's like being in New York or New Jersey.
Until you try to ship them their art supply.
Oh, okay.
It costs like $100.
FedEx to Zambia was $600, so I didn't pay that. I just sent with the priority mail, and it's been 2 months, and they have not received it. And with in African countries, probably in customs, or they might never get it. I'm frustrated.
Whoa!
But
you're still trying to figure out your method for sending all of this stuff to all these.
Yeah. Oh, but my New Jersey student is from Thailand. Yeah. That was the she's Thai, but she lives in New Jersey.
Well, tell us about your class.
It's our old friend, Rich. Hey, Rich, how you doing?
He brought us a pizza.
Yeah. Rich is off camera, but he's coming in to do his show. By the way, who's telling the truth?
Oh, now I'm getting hungry.
Monday night at 7, right, Rich?
That's right.
Live, Monday night at 7. He'll be in here in a little while. We're having a conversation about social media.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was barging in.
That's okay.
No.
Maybe you could text us a slice of pizza.
Text us a slice. Could you text us a slice of pizza?
No, it's okay.
I wish somebody would have told me.
No, come join the conversation.
We're telling you.
It's
3 minutes,
It's a
okay.
coffee house. We should ask him his experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy at the next table for the next couple of minutes.
So what's this class that you're teaching?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's, we use, what do we use? It's taught through a course platform. I guess that's social media too.
A platform.
Yeah.
A platform, so there's all different places where you can teach, implement your courses. So I use this platform, so we we have our videos, and we talk to each other, and we talk about each other's work. It's totally a social media. Wouldn't have existed without it.
And do you use Vimeo or YouTube?
I use Vimeo because YouTube was limiting the length of my videos.
Ah, yeah. Shame on you, YouTube, for shame on you for limiting people to 10 minutes.
Right.
Apparently, Vimeo, you could do the full half hour.
I'm paying $200 a year for that.
Oh, it could be.
If you're not a pro member, though, I don't know what their restrictions are. Maybe more or less. Yeah.
We're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about what Vimeo is. Okay, we're time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about that song?
You can't get rid of us quite that fast.
Song and dance.
Speaking of emails and stuff like that, have you ever seen the movie Bruce Almighty?
Oh, yeah, he plays God, I think.
I have it sitting up on the shelf, and I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
It is
you should.
a great movie, and I remember that there's a scene. Since he's God, he has to answer prayers and from all people around the world.
Asked to?
Well,
Otherwise,
yeah.
he won't be God anymore.
Right.
He'll be defrocked of his title.
And then he just says he needs all the
No more
prayers.
God. 2 weeks.
After Facebook died.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he says,
Okay.
he says he needs the emails to be like in file cabinets, and they're all over the place. And then he says that they have to be in Post-its, and then they're all over the place.
Millions and billions of post-its.
And then he's like, emails. You've got prayers.
You got
Prayers.
Your inbox is full.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he has.
No, but it's infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's infinite. It can't be full.
Well,
And with that, we are going to have to say
goodbye.
good night. Happy Thursday
Hey.
afternoon.
Thanks for joining us.
Be back again Wednesday, 9:30.
9:30.
And of course, as you know, if you're watching, Thursday, noon 30.
Noon 30.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.